Scranton is a land of milk and honey. It's a magical city where there are trees producing dollar bills.
I've never been to Scranton, but I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri,
Right.
and I went to college in a little town north of St. Louis called Kirksville, Missouri. And I've always imagined Scranton as something like a hybrid of St. Louis and Kirksville.
What I love about Scranton is that it seems like it hasn't been kind of corrupted by like the 70s and the 80s architecture. Like I feel like they didn't really fall victim to like a lot of, I don't know, it just feels like there's like the architecture is like very pure.
I imagine Scranton to just be the landmarks that we've talked about on our show.
Just
like
whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like Jitters is across the hallway from Cugino's, which is like down the street from, I mean, all the other, what are the other places we went to? Oh, like the beachfront, Lake Scranton,
Right.
which is just down the street from Lake Wallenpaupack. Like, to me, the world is like just the places that we've referenced, which is of course like the most like unbelievably like closed-minded, narcissistic thing. But it's so fun when we do research and stuff for the show.
The women are all perfect tens. The men are filled with honesty and integrity. The homes are in immaculate condition.
When I think of Scranton, how do I picture Scranton? Kind of like the office that's right behind that wall right there, right? That's what I think about.
I usually picture our opening credits.
Yes.
Just the scenes of the streets and everything. I picture that, and
The sign as you drive into town.
yeah, and there's like a brick, like a church that looks like sort of like an old Catholic church. And actually, you know, we do MySpace pages, and a few people sent me pictures from the St. Patrick's Day parade.
Yes.
So I pictured that.
There are wonderful surprises around every corner in the city of Scranton.
Cold for some reason. I have like a sort of frigid association with it, and a little bit like kind of the smaller towns around Atlanta where I grew up. Kind of like some strip malls and some kind of low-rise office buildings and very charming and cheerful population.
What do you think Scranton's like? Like, what type of what do you think people are like?
Cold.
Well, my husband's from the East Coast, so I sort of picture sort of like a like.
Because all the East Coast is totally the same.
Totally the same.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Mr. Sidebar. No, I picture it sort of like a quaint New England town. That's how I see it.
Small townish, like, yeah.
Small townish, yeah.
Quaint New England town.
Yeah.
What is your deal, dude? What is your deal?
Not as action-packed as this office. People aren't knocking each other down or knocking cups out of their hands, or so probably quiet, peaceful. Yeah. It's a good safe answer, isn't it?
Scranton, what happening? That doesn't quite rhyme. I gotta work on it. I'm working on a Scranton song. We need a theme song.
This is
That's
good.
what
I
we
like
need
where
to
this is
do.
going. Yeah.
Maybe we need words to the Office theme song. Scranton, visit scenic Scranton, Scranton. What's the river it's on?
I grew up in New Jersey, so I picture like New Jersey. It's when I see the opening credits, I'm like, yeah, I know about that town. I grew up, it's industrial, it's a lot of people, it's gloomy in the winter.
If I was Brian right now, I'd say, oh, so all of New Jersey's like that.
But she's not him, so she didn't interrupt.
Like, I always imagine the town square in Kirksville when I think of like the town square, like as if you guys, I don't know if you even have that.
We do. Oh,
but
yeah.
I imagine
Courthouse
there's like,
square. It's like
Courthouse Square, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it was like in Kirksville. They had a courthouse, there was a fountain, all the mom and pop businesses were there,
Sure.
and you know, and then a few miles out, Walmart moved in, and everyone was real mad. So like I sort of imagine that kind of culture, you know, like the mom and pop appliance store trying to battle with the prices that are offered at Walmart.
Right.
So like I imagine that kind of tension or something when I think of, because I always imagine that Roy's family owned an appliance store.
I love Pennsylvania.
Do you get back a lot, or do you?
A couple times a year. I mean, I wish I got back more. But you know, I feel like the people are just like there's no false pretense. There's no agenda. People are who they are. It's great. It's like refreshing and relaxing. It's nice. And I feel like if they don't like you, you know it. But when they like you, you know it. It's like there's none of that phony baloney stuff.
Like I wanna Scranton. Yeah, I don't know. We'll work on it, but there's something there.